Hello, good evening. My name is Dr. Chukwudi Ufondu of Snowspirations Global Health Solutions. And please, before I start, please, when you watch this video, please make out time and like the video, subscribe to the channel. There are so many important topics that will benefit you. I've taken time to develop important topics, everyday topics that will help you to become a better you, topics that will help you to make better health decisions. And one thing we've discovered in life, when you make better health decisions, you make a better plan for your future. And when you make better health decisions, you actually prioritize your health. So this evening, we're going to talk about infertility. Over time, we've discovered that infertility is not just a problem of a particular group of people. Infertility can affect all races. Infertility can affect all locations. Infertility can affect males. It can affect females. It can affect the rich. It can affect the poor. And lately, we've noticed a very sharp rise in the number of people that are infertile, especially people in their reproductive phase of life, which is the period they're actually supposed to have a lot of potentials to have babies. So broadly, infertility can be divided into male infertility or female infertility. Growing up, especially if you're from Africa, generally prior to now, infertility is blamed on women. So it's expected that anytime a woman doesn't have a baby, the problem is coming from her. But that's a very big, gross misrepresentation. Infertility can actually be caused by a male factor or a female factor. So infertility is not just a woman issue. Infertility can also be caused by a male factor. So matter of fact, statistically, infertility can be 50% male or it can be 50% female. Then there is another broad spectrum of categorization of infertility. Infertility can be primary infertility or secondary infertility. Globally, infertility is described as the inability of two willing couples who are having regular, unprotected sex. The inability of these two couples or two partners to have a child after 1 year period of engaging in regular, unprotected sex. If you are not within this particular parameter in regards to the definition of infertility, you're actually not having infertility. So I'll give you one example. If you and your partner are not meeting regularly and you haven't reached the 1 year gap, you are actually not classified as having infertility. If you and your partner are not living in the same location and your partner normally comes around and you engage in timed ovulation or fertility window sex, you are not having infertility. You are having a distance problem. So it's important that the concepts, the rudiments of proper definition of infertility is met. So until you've been with your partner and you're engaging in regular sexual intercourse and you're not able to achieve pregnancy, you will be classified as having infertility. So what's primary infertility? So primary infertility is a situation where you have never become pregnant in your life. So you've never tested positive. It can be primary infertility on the male, it can be primary infertility on the female. So if you're a man and you've never impregnated a woman and you're currently planning to have a baby and you're not able to have a baby, you're having male infertility, which is classified as primary. In the same vein, if you're a woman and you have never been pregnant in your life, and probably you've been engaging in unprotected sexual intercourse, or you've consciously wanted to become pregnant, but you're not able to become pregnant at all, you are classified as having primary infertility. On the other hand, secondary infertility is a situation where in the past you were able to achieve pregnancy, but currently you're not able to achieve pregnancy. So it's possible that in the past you achieved pregnancy and you had a miscarriage, or you achieved pregnancy and you had what we'll call intrauterine death, or you had a very eventful outcome of your pregnancy, or you chose to involve in illegal abortion. The fact you've been pregnant in the past, but currently you're not able to become pregnant, places you in that category of secondary infertility. Now, here's the deal: irrespective of the type of infertility you have, there are expectations. Infertility, it's something that can divide a family. Infertility, if it's not properly handled, it can cause a lot of problems in the family. So it's a factor the two parties involved must be on the same page. So management of infertility, it's not just what a woman should go for. If you're currently going through infertility, it's important you have a formidable team. If you're a male in the whole relationship where infertility is currently happening, it's expected you lead from front. It's expected you go for all your appointments with your partner. It's expected you submit yourself for assessment of male infertility. One of the biggest factors we check in male infertility is what we call semen fluid analysis. So, seminal fluid analysis is actually a process of checking your semen. Remember that your semen is a vehicle that contains the sperm. So, what you see at the peak of sexual intercourse is actually the semen. The sperm is invisible to the eyes. You can only see the sperm if you use a microscope. So, male infertility, the cardinal diagnostic test in male infertility is seminal fluid analysis. So, when you submit your semen, what we look out for is the quantity, we look out for the motility, we look out for the morphology. So, quantity means how much of that sperm do you have per ejaculate? There's a particular standard we're looking at. But beyond that, we're also looking at motility. Motility is a very important factor because for the sperm to meet the eggs, it has to be moving forward. The process of fertilization is actually a wasteful venture because per ejaculate, you have almost 39 millions of sperm, of which only one, or in situation of multiple pregnancy, about two will succeed in fertilizing the egg. Once the egg is fertilized, every other sperm in that whole journey will become inactive, and only the lucky sperm will succeed in leading to fertilization. So we look at motility, we look at morphology. Morphology means excuse me, morphology means how is that sperm looking? A normal sperm should have a head, a middle piece, and a tail. So morphology, it's looking like it should. If it's not looking like it should, if greater percentage of the sperm it's not looking like it should, then the likelihood of achieving pregnancy will be kind of limited. So we also look at how many live sperm you have. Unfortunately, some men will have more dead sperm which cannot be active. Very, very important. Then when you talk about the female infertility, that's when you talk about key factors that can affect your female infertility. It can start from hormone imbalance. So there are specific reproductive hormones that must be within a particular range. I will quickly mention the important reproductive hormones. You have your estrogen, you have your progesterone, you have your FSH. FSH stands for follicular stimulating hormone. You have your LH. LH stands for luteinizing hormone. You have your prolactin. You have your thyroid hormones. So all these hormones must be within a normal range for you to achieve pregnancy. So if any of the hormones I mentioned is outside the range, it can affect your ability to become pregnant. Some women can also have tubal factor infertility. So if your two tubes are blocked, the possibility of you achieving pregnancy will be limited. Some women can have ovulatory problems. The cardinal point in pregnancy is the ability of releasing the egg. So without the release of egg, there won't be pregnancy. So if a particular woman that has infertility is having problems in producing eggs, then you will likely have infertility. Then we have some women that have other little changes that might give them that inability of becoming pregnant. So overall, infertility, it's something we need to define properly. When we define infertility properly, it will give us a better chance of knowing how to handle infertility. So the cardinal point in all partners that have infertility, it's ability to see a fertility specialist so that your type of infertility can be classified. Thank you so much for coming and have a good day. And please subscribe to Snowspirations channel. Bye bye for now and God bless. Thank you.